Alright guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review on what I think about the Onewheel Pint. In this review I'm going to be going over a couple different things. One's going to be the overall riding style, a couple experiences I've had riding through grass, what I think about the fender, one thing about the riding stances and the what they call total shaping. And another thing I'm going to talk about is just the overall stoke level I have about riding this thing. It is absolutely amazing. If you don't have one, you need to get one. So this is Seattle One-Wheeler. If you like the videos, hit subscribe down below, hit the like button. If you see anything kind of jumping around behind, that's my dog. That's my dog, Doug. Also, if I'm driving in this video, so if I'm looking straight ahead, I'm driving, making sure I don't crash, but this is a great time to kind of do the video, what I kind of think about it. So stay safe out there. This COVID-19 is real. Stay home. Alright, so I bought this Onewheel about a week ago. And I wanted to get the Onewheel because everything that's going on with this COVID-19, everyone's getting laid off, everything is shutting down, and I'm a very active person. I snowboard a lot, so I wanted something to just kind of take up my time, and also my fiance has classes, and so now they'll be doing those remotely, so therefore I have to find something to do with my time, and I can't play video games all day. I'm not 16 anymore. So what I do is I went to Urban Surf Shop, which is a Seattle-based company. I went down there, purchased it. They had the fender colors. So if anyone's in Seattle, I highly recommend going to pick one up. They have a lot in stock. I was able to go pick it up, pick out a fender color, which was yellow. It was super easy. People were super friendly. They had bumpers, backpacks, fenders, everything you need to customize your Onewheel, which I was very blown away by. So what I think about this Onewheel is it's absolutely amazing. It was probably one of the best investments I've made in the last year. I currently drive a motorcycle to and from work, so I'm not really spending a lot of time in traffic. I don't spend a lot of money on parking, so I didn't buy this thing for commuting. I bought this thing for completely like stoke level, exploring, going to parks, and one thing that I've found that I'm not really a fan of would be the wheel. The wheel is great. It is what it is. It's gonna be a little bumpy over cracks and crevices, but for the most part, I don't really feel like I'm slipping when I'm on pavement. I think the overall gripping works really well. The traction on the tire with pavement, obviously because it's being a go-kart tire, it's going to work really well. But anything outside of that, it gets a little sketchy, and I could only imagine on an XR it would be the same way. Being because it is a flat tire. I ride a motorcycle. I would never take a motorcycle on grass. I would never take a motorcycle on dirt because it is a street bike. So therefore, it being a street tire with a go-kart tire, yeah, I'm not going to really take it on grass. I do, but every time I take it on grass, I'm going 3 to 4 miles slower, or I would be sliding because I'm hitting a little bit of mud. Being in the Northwest, it's not 100% bone dry. Now, come summertime, I will go on grass and trails a little more because I feel more comfortable. But I went on a trail, let's say, third day into owning this thing, and I beasted through it because it was gravel, but as soon as I hit some mud, I slipped and kind of fell. And I'll post that video later. But they do offer a really great alternative tire that you can swap out if that's something I think I'm going to be doing once I hit my 100-mile mark. But right now I don't see myself going through a lot of trails and grass. It's more of carving, running the store, hitting that dispensary, going to hit trails through parks. If it is off-road, it's gravel or dirt, which you can kind of understand what you're getting into. But that's I'll go more into tires, which I could talk a good 20-30 minutes about, but I'll go into that next video. One other thing that I really like about this is the fender. I think the fender should just come stock. Bump the price up to $10.50. I think it's super sketchy to have a tire that is free exposed to your shoes, because your shoeless can get caught in there. Anything could happen, and I just don't like it. So for safety reason, I think it should come stock, but for whatever reason, it does not come stock. But I think that fender is something where you can really kind of customize it and get your own personal look into it. And what I did, I went with the mustard yellow, and with that mustard yellow, it gives me a really sick kind of like really customizable look where only I had that look in Seattle. And I thought it was really dope that I was able to buy that at Urban Surf Shop. So with that being said, I'm super happy about that. And I think that with the install to the actual Onewheel was super easy. It was a matter of 4 bolts. Click those bolts in, and basically was able to install it in about a matter of 5-10 minutes. So for that being said, Crafted Ride has a magnetic fender coming out, shipping in April, and that is about $70, and I think that would be a better alternative, because there's days where I'm riding around, I'm like, oh man, it'd be really nice to get a shot with my Onewheel without this yellow mustard on there, so let's go ahead and take that off. So with that magnetic fender, it makes it really easy to swap that in and out. So hopefully I'll be able to try that out and purchase that product coming forward in April. So those are a couple things. The third thing that I really like about the Onewheel is going to be the custom shaping. With that is it's going to be 4 different modes that you can swap in between, which can help you basically carve, climb hills, or the very last mode is going to be a kind of combination of all 4. And then the very first beginner mode is going to be Redwood, and I'll start with that. Redwood is going to be your beginner mode, where you're locked in that mode for the first like half mile, and where you're really going to want to be in it for the first 2 or 3 miles just to get comfortable. And what Redwood is its top speed is capped at 12 miles an hour rather than 16, and then it basically has a little bit more of a stable board. And what I mean by that is when you start riding and getting above 5 miles an hour, you start to get the speed wobbles. And anyone that's been on a snowboard knows what the speed wobbles are. And so basically what that prevents is prevent you from kind of freaking out and slowing down too much, preventing the board to overwork and do that pushback. Now, what I don't like about the Redwood is it's boring after a while. It kind of is a little stiff, but it really is there for beginners. And it's nice that it doesn't lock you in there for the first like 5 miles, which some apps do that. So another thing that's really great is going to be your second mode, which is going to be Skyline. And Skyline is going to be more of like your carving, and your little, it's going to be Pacific. And don't quote me on these, I'll go over the names and put them down there. But the second mode is going to be where you're a little bit more carby, a little more flowy. Your top speed is going to be bumped all the way up to 16 rather than 12. And with that carbiness, it actually is a little more playful. And you get the little wobbles when you first start, but once you get used to it, it's actually probably one of my more preferable modes to ride in. And with that is it's more of like I'm kind of swiftly carving through this road, dipping over like cracks and crevices, like carving around potholes, kind of bending my knees, going into like divots into the ground. So it really is more playful and it's fun. The third mode is definitely a little tricky to get used to, and by that I mean you're getting your foot pushed up forward. Excuse me. So you're basically like standing on a step, and your back foot is like 6 inches lower, so you're able to climb hills, and it doesn't get stuck in those little potholes or anything you're getting to. It basically bridges the gap of when you're climbing up a hill, because if you're going straight and then you meet a hill, you're going to want to prop yourself up to kind of get that incline going. Now with that, it takes some time to get used to, and then claim that it's for climbing hills and playfulness in the park. I find it to be a little stiff like redwood, so I don't find myself in that very often, unless I'm cruising downtown, hitting random hills that I'm not seeing all the time, unsure of potholes or little dips that I'm not 100% like that on roads I don't go on 100% of the time. So what I do is I switch between Pacific, which would be the second mode, and then the very last mode, which would be Skyline. And Skyline is going to be, it's growing on me, but now I think will be my favorite. With that being said, it's really fun. It's just the right amount of stiffness, but it's just the right amount of playfulness that you need. So I find myself carving a lot, and I find myself dipping down, getting that speed all the way up to 16, climbing hills with no problem, able to ride switch, and riding switch is so much fun. It's a little sketchy at first, but it gave me the confidence to be able to ride switch snowboarding now, and I think that's huge. And with that being that huge, I'm a really, really big fan of the run wheel. So that's going to be kind of the conclusion of my video. I will kind of go back over a couple other things in another setting, but this was kind of my run to O'Reilly to fix a couple parts on my motorcycle. But you guys, please, if you like my videos, please hit subscribe. Like the videos. I will be posting content daily. I want to shout out Craft and Ride, Float Life, Onewheel, Future Motions. They make great products, guys. Please support, especially in these times of need. Kill boredom. Thank you.